Welcome, everybody, to the Competition Archery Media Podcast, where we explore all things pertaining to competition archery. I'm your host, PJ Riley. With me again today is cam manager Josh Grind. Josh, thanks for being here.
Hey, PJ, excited today. We've got some guests that we know really well and have some topics that I think will be interesting for everybody, so I'm excited.
And with us today, this is our first time, Josh, with two remote guests, but we've got Brady Ellison and Casey Kaufhold. Folks, thanks for being here today.
Well, thanks for having
Thank you for having us.
So, Brady, you're obviously at home in Arizona, and Casey, why don't you tell us about where you are sitting right now?
I'm sitting in what I call my she shed. It is a shed, and it has a couple of windows for us to shoot out of, and we can get to 70 meters. And yeah, it's just like a nice little room that I have to myself at the moment, just because everybody's social distancing and all that. So yeah, I've just been practicing in here for the past couple of months, and it's been nice.
Yeah, so that was your dad had that set up because normally our Pennsylvania winters, it would be pretty difficult for you to get any outdoor practice.
Yeah, lots of snow, gets windy and cold, so it's nice to have this in here. I have like a heater in the back. It's nice and warm. So yeah.
Awesome. Brady, tell us what the weather is like where you're at down there in Arizona.
It's actually pretty bearable right now. It's supposed to be 75 all week and a little wind.
Jealous.
Oh, wow.
I felt Casey's pain. Friday we had a little cold front come through and it was like 50 degrees and it snowed in the mountains.
It's 40 here.
So obviously, folks, last week within the last 2 weeks, we got the word Olympics are postponed till 2021. What was your initial reaction? We'll start with Brady when you heard it was not happening this year.
Relief, honestly. We had so much going on, so many things shutting down, and everything from the IOC was still in that, we're going to Tokyo. Nothing is changing. We don't see any reason to change. And the whole entire world is shut down. We don't know for how long. And we still had to train, right?
Yeah.
And so it was just this giant thing of like, okay, well, the games are still going on, but we're waiting for them to cancel because, Australia's pulled out. Canada's pulled out. Some of the U.S. delegations were thinking about pulling out. Italy had pulled out. So it's like, okay, are we going to have those games with only half the countries?
Yeah.
Like, why are they not talking about delaying? Is Tokyo going to be the first and only tournament that we shoot this year?
All right.
So it's like, for me, it was just like that waiting sucked because you're training your butt off. And then you're trying to figure out, well, is there going to be any type of competition before we go to the games, or is everyone going to see each other for the first time?
Yeah.
We knew that if Berlin didn't go, that the men would have a team, but the women would not. And then we also knew that if that was going to happen, then we probably weren't going to have the rest of our trials. And so it was kind of like just a toss-up type of deal, right? So as soon as they delayed it a year, like I was immediately like, okay, good. Like, we're going to be delayed a year. Educated guess that it's going to go around the same time as the current games. And now we can train, now we can plan. There's a lot of logistics that we have to figure out, of course, with this. I was upset for about a half hour, but once I got to thinking about it, I think that we're going to be better off.
Casey, how about you with this being Brady? Obviously, this would have been his fourth Olympics. Casey, you're trying for your first. What were your thoughts as soon as you heard postponed?
Yeah. So I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed or sad that the games aren't going to be this summer. But because I've been working really hard. I've been shooting the best scores I ever have. So it's just hard to know that at my prime right now, I'm not going to be able to go. But then I sat back and thought about it, and just seeing the improvement I've made from last year to this year is huge. So having a whole another year to prepare, I'm actually excited because I think I'm going to be shooting a lot better even than like right now, even though I've been improving a lot. So, but yeah, at first I was definitely a little sad, just because I was really looking forward to it. But
Yeah.
it's always in the best interest for the safety and health of all the athletes. And I definitely want all the countries to be there. So I'm overall glad that they made the decision to postpone it till the summer of 2021.
The U.S. had one woman's spot secured. They would have sent the men's team, but they had at least one woman's spot that you and Brady earned for the mixed team. And obviously, you were the points leader for that. But I would imagine, Casey, you probably would rather the women send a full team.
Yes, I definitely I'm looking to. It was going to be Berlin this year, but definitely wanting to qualify that team spot to have a full team go. That would really mean the world to me. Just to have like a really strong 3 women up there on that stage. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we'll have more time to prepare for that.
Casey, I know you received a phone call the day that the trials were canceled or the Olympics were canceled, postponed. Tell us about that, because I think that speaks to the team dynamic that you guys have representing USA.
Wait, what do you mean a phone call
Was
today?
there a call from somebody in Arizona who might be on the call with us
Oh,
today?
oh, oh. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I talked to Dick Tone that day, and he said to kind of just keep working as hard as I am, and he's been helping me a lot over the past couple years. So it was good to hear from him to make sure that, like, he was still he still believed that I could work hard and get there. But I also heard from Brady and Toya that day. They texted me and said to keep my head up and keep working as hard or even harder than I am right now.
And that's just when I heard that, I thought that's a really neat. Brady, a 3-time Olympian, reaching out to you in the middle of that news when you're struggling. I thought, man, it's cool to be a part of a team like that.
And this, I guess we should mention, I mean, this would have been the first Olympics with the mixed team in the medal rounds. Brady, I'm sure you were looking forward to that. That would potentially give you the potential for 3 medals at an Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, it gives everyone on the team a shot for an extra medal that none of us have gotten for. And I think it's kind of cool because it's going to make all of us push within the team to try to be the people that shoot in the mixed team. And it's exciting, and the U.S. has done really well in the mixed teams, and I do think that we have a strong shot at winning it, or at least getting on that podium. So I think just that extra year, we're going to get better. Some other countries are going to get better, but I think, like Korea, they're already good. They're already at the same level that they almost always are, and their scores improve every year a little bit. But giving them an extra year, they're not going to be a ton better than they already are. They're going to have the same jump that the rest of the world has percentage wise.
Right.
Where I think that we have a lot more room for improvement on our team to be able to step up and push them again.
Is that, and I guess for me, I don't know this, is the team system. So you guys shoot as a team. Do you ever get to practice that?
Not really outside of competitions. I mean, because we live so far apart, and I only really see them at camps and competitions. So it kind of really depends. Like for World Cups, we'll practice the day before if we know like already from qualifications that we'll be shooting together. But outside of that, it's not really possible for us to practice together.
Is it even important, Brady, to practice as a team? Does that even matter?
Yeah, it is. And, there's a couple of tournaments that we can kind of practice at. But the biggest thing is like trying to get everyone together for those camps, or when we are together to try to shoot it a little bit. We treat the Olympic team a lot different than the World Cup teams. So as soon as we start having our Olympic camps and the team is a little bit more selected, we'll all shoot mixed teams. We'll figure out maybe who the best team is. dynamics and who kind of meshes the best together, and try a bunch of different things there.
Well, how about let's hear from the two of you when you shot together. I can't remember the last competition where you were the mixed team. How
Would
do
have
you
been
two
Peru.
like shooting with each other? Yeah, which tournament was it, Casey?
Lima, I believe.
Lima. Okay. How is it for you two shooting with each other?
Casey's the new girl on the team, right? And she has so much energy and like so much fire, and just like, all right, we're going to go out there and we're going to win. And she has so much excitement for the matches because it pushes the whole entire team. Because, I think a lot of the team kind of just gets complacent on like, we're just going to shoot and the mixed team is going to be who it is. And then Casey comes out there and it's like, no, I want to be on the mixed team. I'm going to shoot really hard. And everyone else is like, well, maybe we should all, try to shoot a little bit better score, and I'll try to compete within the team that go try to get on that mixed team. And then, you know, the only thing with Casey is I have to rein her in a little bit in the mixed teams because she gets, it's just a little bit of an experience where, if one bad shot happens, to just try to be like, hey, it's okay. We're playing set system. It didn't cost us anything. And then she goes and she like shoots 6 tens in a row and makes me look bad. So, you know, it's really not a problem, but it's fun for me because it's just kind of that fresh blood, and trying to, learn how to shoot with me with a new shooter, and learning like the new team dynamic that needs to happen. And we shot in 2 team rounds this year, Casey, I believe.
3, I believe. The Tokyo Test event, Peru, and Colombia.
Oh yeah, we shot in Tokyo too. Tokyo was a tough tournament, but we medaled in 2 of them. We almost beat Korea, and then we won Pan Am, so that's good.
So, Casey, how about for you? I mean, you're up there, as Brady said, new kid on the team, and here you are with three-time Olympian.
Yeah, there's definitely some pressure shooting mixed team with Brady because it's Brady. Like I'd say like one of the most popular, if the most popular archer out there right now. So definitely going into this past year outdoors, I was kind of like, I don't want to be like too timid. And I still want to talk. I don't want to act like a robot. Like I still like wanted to be like a person as much as like a teammate. So, but yeah, he's very considerate. He just wants his teammate to be like comfortable.
Yeah. Casey, how about talking about, so you are 16, you're in high school, you were preparing for a big travel season here coming up. Give us an update on where that stands with schooling. Obviously, the travel, we don't know what's going to happen there, but you had your schooling set up for travel.
Yeah, so right now I'm doing my spring semester online. So I had prepared to like travel and do my schoolwork while I was gone. And I'm still doing that right now. So nothing has really majorly changed for me. But as far as looking into the future, I was thinking about trying to do more in school this next year and maybe back off from the indoor World Series. But now with the Olympics being in 2021, I'll probably keep doing the indoor series just to keep that tournament callous and stay in that mindset of shooting qualification matches and finals. So it definitely changed a little bit, but overall, I'm still happy with
Tournament
how they're
callus.
dealing with it.
Tell me what tournament callus means.
So like that's my like phrase for shooting a lot of competitions and just getting used to like the pressure of it, the mentality of it, like what changes in your form, just stuff like that. So shooting a lot of competitions to get used to the patterns that happen during those competitions.
So Casey,
Yeah.
you're 16. So you don't have the Olympics. You're till next summer. You don't have school. I know you and the fierce competitor you are. How are you moderating your practice and what you're shooting and how much you're shooting?
Yeah, so right now I'm practicing about the same, maybe a little less than I usually would. I've been working on this shed a lot, so that's probably where most of my time outside of archery is gone. But yeah, I'm still trying to shoot the same amount of arrows about each day, and I have my main coach, Heather File, she's out on maternity leave right now. So I'm working with Brian Brady at the academy, and we've been having lessons every day, just working on certain drills. Like yesterday, we did aiming off drills. I think today we're going to do some clicker drills, and just trying to keep up and fill in the holes where they need it.
And what are you doing outside of archery besides your she shed?
Um, I've been recently doing some puppy searching. Recently, my other dog, she passed away, so we're looking for another one. And I hope my mom listens to this because she still needs some convincing. But yeah, so I'd say puppy searching would be the other thing to do because I can't really go anywhere because they won't let us leave our houses. And I
Right.
started driving, and so I just go out on some roads and just practice that while I can and while I'm not traveling. So.
Well, you need to tell your mom that Brady has water dogs. And so
Yeah.
since
Well, I
since
don't
he
think
has
that's the
water
same.
dogs, you should be allowed to have a dog.
Right. Yeah. Right. Twisting her arm in public. That's always good.
What
yeah.
what kind of dog are you looking for, Casey?
I don't know. I really want like a German Shepherd. They're very good dogs. But I also kind of want like I'm not saying that German Shepherds aren't cute, but like I really want like a little like cute dog like that I can just like walk around with. And yeah, my past dog, she was like kind of bigger, so I want like a little dog.
Yeah, Toya's in the same boat. Toya and I,
Hmm.
we're not getting a dog. I want a dog. I've wanted a dog forever, but she says that it'd be irresponsible for two people to travel as much as we have to get a dog at this point. And I know that
Yeah.
sounds like a voice of reason, but I don't agree.
The voice of reason usually isn't the best one.
Yeah.
It's a killjoy.
But we're looking at small beagles, like trying to find a breeder that has a little bit smaller beagles, or like the old English pocket beagles, which I don't
Yes.
know if a beagle that's 3 pounds is going to do anything, but they're still cute.
That's awesome.
We need to take this serious, and we need to, do the best that we can to follow guidelines, social distancing it, and it sucks. But, we have social media to stay in contact. We have the technology to, stay in touch with family and friends.
With that, Casey, tell us how that is for a 16-year-old girl in high school to have social distancing. I mean, I imagine you
Yeah,
folks are.
yeah, it's kind of weird not seeing my friends. Like I haven't really talked to anybody other than my family for like a week. Well, in person.
I was going to say, so are you and your brother Connor, are you guys better friends now, would you say?
I mean, yeah, it's not bad. Like, I'll be shooting out in the shed and I'll text him when I see a groundhog so he can come out and shoot it. Yeah, so it's been fun. Like, it's cool having him home because he's going off to college soon. So, well, hopefully, anyway, with this all going on. So, but yeah, it's good for us to both be home and kind of spend some time together.
That's great.
social.
Brady, the Toya, how is her family?
yeah.
You mentioned Europe there. Is she able to stay in touch with them, and what are things like over there?
Yeah, she's in contact with them all the time, and her family's doing pretty good. So Slovenia has been locked down for quite a while now, shelter in place, not allowed to leave the house unless they're going to a grocery store or to go outside for physical activity. But I think they just recently put in place where they're not allowed to leave their counties. So they're locked down even inside of Slovenia. What they're hearing about Europe and Italy straight from Europe, it's actually pretty scary. This is different and this isn't fun. And I'm really hoping that the hot weather, hopefully to come, you know. So through this whole entire time, if anyone does follow me on Instagram, that's where my social media lives. Is just Brady Ellison on Twitter. I'm going to start doing some lives and doing some different things, trying to post more through all of this. And then on Facebook, Brady and Toya Ellison. Toya posts a lot of stuff on there, and then I post a couple of things on there. So that's kind of our two places to watch. You can stay connected with Toya at Toya Ellison on Instagram. And that kind of covers everything that we're doing.
Great. Casey, how about you?
So I am not so much of a frequent poster on social media, but during this time, just being at home, I'll try and keep up with that a little more. I have an Instagram and Facebook account. Facebook is just Casey Kaufhold, and Instagram is Crazy Casey04. So yeah,
Crazy Casey.
keep up with
Crazy
me on
Casey.
those. Yeah.
Great. I have one more question, just because I feel like if I don't ask, somebody's gonna comment. I have to mention Brady's epic hair. That's phenomenal. Are you working on that? Is that new style? How long is that gonna grow?
So I don't know if you guys watch. There's a show called Haven, and there's a guy on there, Dwight. He's kind of a big lumberjack looking dude, and he has long hair, and it comes down. I told Toya that I might grow my hair out and do a hairstyle like him again. I haven't had long hair in a really long time, so it's debating right now. But this is my quarantine look.
Okay.
I think the wife mentions a couple of times a day that I need to do something.
I was gonna say I remember her last year giving you the shave ordinance and posting some pictures of that.
He's going back to the Leo DiCaprio Revenant look there.
Yeah, it's she calls it the homeless look. I'm calling this the quarantine haircut.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I've always had kind of crazy hair, and I think during this time it's kind of fun for people to see something funny or do something like that. So when I got up this morning, my hair was all crazy, and she was like, "You got to fix that." I was like, "Nah, we're gonna let it roll."
Great. I told PJ this morning, I think during this quarantine time, I'm gonna let the mullet grow. I've always wanted to grow a mullet, and this might be the time. Casey, I know you've got opinions on that,
Do
but
it, Josh.
yeah, there you go.
I am all for that.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you two so very much, folks. That's another episode of the Competition Archery Media Podcast. Brady, Casey, we certainly appreciate your time today.
Well, thank you guys for having us.
Thank you, and good luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Folks, that's the Competition Archery Media Podcast. You can find us wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Don't forget to go back through the library and check out older episodes. Thanks for joining us.